Geelong go into the final term here at VFL Park in a commanding position. They lead by 31 points after leading by only 10 at half-time. The question is, can they go on with it, or can St Kilda come back as Alistair Ford puts them into attack for the first term down towards the half-forward line. Bright has had a good game.
And now we find Bright putting the ball back in towards the centre. McConville couldn't take the mark. Off the hands of McConville. Burns comes in to lend support, but we find a bounce to take place. Bounce about 20 metres wide of the centre circle. Ford gets a tap wide. It's intercepted by Morgan. Morgan tackle, got the hand pass in. Burns caught one too high. The umpire doesn't pay it. Damien Christensen comes through. Phil Narkle intercepts and puts the ball wide for St Kilda. Evans in the front position. It's punched away from him by Malarkey. Cunningham couldn't gather it the first time. Now does it. Gives it wide. It's taken by Whitty. Whitty's kick up towards Elphinston. Now obviously on the forward line, but it's intercepted by Boss. Boss goes forward with a long kick towards half forward. I think Gamble got into the back of Brownless there, but it's called play on as Gamble takes the ball away. Nice piece of shepherding. Lucky the umpire wasn't watching because he got the Brownless right in the mush. And the hand pass comes back now to Gamble again. That time from Coughlin up towards half forward, and it's taken there by Elphinston.
So Robbie Elphinstone on the right half forward flank. Just 1.5 minutes into this final term, St Kilda want a couple of quick goals to get them back in business. They've got the chance. It's down in their forward line. Peter Budge. A snap at goal. It looks pretty good. It is from Silvio. You put him in front of those sticks and he's always dangerous, but he's kicked his second, and that's exactly what St Kilda wanted. So the Southern Saints move along to 11-7, trailing Geelong 15-8 on Sevens Big League.
So I thought it could have been a free kick anyway, Sandy, as Peter Budge was held. But nonetheless, Fashini lending great support to Peter Budge, and badly needed goal to the Saints. It's one that they really did need. When you're down 31 points at half-time, and at three-quarter time, I should say, then you really do need to get the first goal.
Here's the centre bounce, and it's a poor one. Good for Geelong as Mossop gives it across to Couch, who goes up towards the half-forward line. Bruns couldn't take it. St Kilda through Whitty should get out of trouble. He's in two minds, slips on the ground. There's no pressure on him, and he'll get clear. Onto that left foot, towards the half-back flank. The mark taken by McConville. It almost surprised him at the back of the pack. McConville's kick in towards the centre. Burns almost threw it out the back door, but they're clear. The hand pass comes across to Lowe. It came from Evans. Elphinston to the forward line. Lockett's on one leg. He can hardly move. Needs support. Gets it through Cunningham. Runs into trouble, does Joffa, and loses the football. And Geelong through Buse should get out of trouble. He goes down towards the half-back flank. It'll be a line ball that beats them to the boundary line or not. It's Couch. Gets the handball clear. Christensen, Damien, to half-forward. Turner controlled it beautifully. Play on is the call. He was legged. And we'll get the free kick. Mick Turner celebrating his 200th game. Ablett couldn't take it. Frawley, a hurried kick going across the face of goal, but Burns is there to take the mark. Dangerously plays on. They could get out of trouble, or they may not. No, they won't, because Morgan gives it to Bruns. Back to Morgan again. Onto the left foot. A torp in towards full forward. Ablett trying to use the one hand. Couldn't take the mark. Hocking looks for the free kick. Doesn't come his way. Manning. The hand pass puts David Grant under pressure. And there's another shocker. Christensen. Well, they're almost playing in slow motion at the moment. Ablett throws it out the back door. It's thrown back in. Given to Cunningham. Cunningham across to big Alistair Ford. A high hand pass. Oh, he's put Gamble under pressure. He loses it and he's been pinged. Well, what a comedy of errors.
So, from half forward, Damien Christensen with the ball. Not quite certain where to go. Couple of leads. Ignores those. Now he goes short towards Hocking, and Hocking will take the mark. Free kick, whatever you like. So Steve Hocking. 48 metres out from goal. Well, the line's 50 metres, Sandy.
I thought it was 48.2.
And is it through?
No.
Yes, it is. Through for 1 point.
Think about being specific. point on the board. 15-9 plays 11-7. The Cats holding St Kilda at bay at the moment. Someone's about to start a jackhammer here at VFL Park. Something certainly going on. Mossop gets the handball out to Ablett. A hurried left foot snap by Gary Ablett going across the face of goal for one don't. So they go into double figures and reach the ton at the same time. 15-10, 100. St Kilda 11-7, 73. Collins, clear. A chip across the centre of the ground will find Gamble. He's away. Lockett is the target. Uses his strength. Malaki's hand pass out wide in front of Boss. And Boss is able to put the Cats out of trouble. He's got Couch on his own over there on that outer side of the ground. Over the top of Burns he goes. Gives it to the running player in Christensen. Up towards the left half forward line, and Bright takes the mark. He's had a great day, Terry Bright. Across to Mick Turner. It'd be fitting for him to goal here, and he probably should. He does, and Geelong continue on their merry way. Michael Turner, 200 games for the VFL, and he kicks his fourth, and his fans are delighted. 16-10 plays 11-7 on 7th big lead.
As you called, Sandy, Terry Bright has played an excellent game for Geelong today. 14 kicks, 5 hand passes, 1 goal. Not bad for a player who's either back pocket or half back flank, one or the other. And these days you're not quite game because the coach says he didn't play there.
Here's the centre bounce. And it's from the centre that Couch tries to get Geelong into attack, but he loses it to Collins, who in turn will lose it to his teammate in Ford, who's tried very, very hard today, Alistair Ford. Reynoldsson across half-back is under pressure, but he does it well. Gets out of strife, then goes with a low trajectory kick back towards the centre wing, only to see Peter McConville take the mark. He's also tried pretty hard today.
Yeah, he's done a great job, Sandy.
McConville's kick.
In fact, 17 kicks and 6 hand passes, also from half-back.
Can't ask much more than that. Phil Narkle onto the left foot to the half forward line. They've certainly broken down across there. Bright to Couch. Across to Morgan. Here they go again. He's got Christensen. Couldn't take the hand pass, however, but he's still got plenty of support. Views beautifully across to Morgan from the 50-metre line. He can bounce his way in the goal. He goes with the drop punt and puts it straight through the middle. And Geelong starting to career away. 17-10, 112. St Kilda have stopped on 11-7, 73.
I have the feeling I tipped the loser, Sandy.
Yes, the Cats certainly looking the goods at the moment.
There's no doubt about that. 6 goals, 3 the margin. And there's Darren Morgan, who has kicked 3 goals and is somewhat back to the form that he displayed last year. He's struggled a little bit this year in the games that we've seen, and really has played well today.
Well, coach John Devine has stated that from last week he wanted to win the next 5 on end, and it looks at this early stage as though his team has made a very positive start. Ford's high kick for St Kilda, down towards their half-forward line. Burns was waiting down, couldn't take it. I think it'll be a free kick, however.
Because of the change in the league round, Sandy, they front up to St Kilda 6 weeks' time.
So, see what happens then. Coglan, now he has been a trier for St Kilda. He gets caught on that occasion. Mossop lazily gives the handball out, and the Cats once again, with relative ease, bring the ball out of defence, back towards the centre. The Christensens are in there, both of them. Silvio hands on hips. David Grant. And another bounce.
Bounce almost in the centre of the ground. Grant gets a tap for St Kilda. Puts it wide. It's taken by Peter Budge. Budge kick towards half forward. Elphinston could easily have picked up the free kick, but Malarkey giving good support to Mossop. Hooks it back towards centre half forward, and Burns takes a lovely mark. Now Burns, 55 metres out from goal.
Short.
Short it is to Evans, who'll go straight in towards the open goal. And misses the sitter. never be critical of the kids. Just let's hope young Evans learns from that one. Sandy?
It's 11-8 to 17-10.
When I say that, even the oldies miss those occasionally. Never do it on purpose.
Bright. Couldn't take that one. Coughlin going with him. Neil lending support to Bright. Gets past Collins with a hurried kick. Back to Morgan. Oh, he's showing tremendous dash. Playing well now. No pressure on him at all. He can go over the top. Does so to Drum, who says this darn sun's getting in my eyes. I can't see who it is. In fact, it was Christensen. That's how much sun there is over on that outer side of the ground. Kept in play, but only momentarily. And we will see another throw-in take place. Very glaring, that sun, isn't it, Bob?
That's 5 metres out there.
Oh, hate to stir. Here's the throw-in. Brown stood ruck work. Close to the boundary line. Cunningham, a chance. Manning and Hocking. And it's going against Andrew Manning. Steve Hocking will take it. He was
right into the
fringing. Yep. So he's on, as Bob would say, the 48-metre line. Turner couldn't take it. The umpire calling play on as David Grant comes out of defence up towards centre wing, and Mossop takes the mark. John Mossop short to the half-forward line. Good interception, however, on that occasion. It's taken by young Tony Evans. He plays on, swings it across to the half-forward line for St Kilda as they go down into their attacking zone. But Neil is there, reliable and strong, across to Reynoldson, out wide into Christensen, and the Cats are away again. They've got this habit of sneaking out wide on the flanks and getting all alone. This time, however, it is David Whitty in front. Plays on, dangerously so, Gamble gives it across to Frawley, he loses it. Whitty again, onto the left foot, to the half-forward line. One grab. And an infringement, I think, going the way of Geelong's boss. Gets it across to Bright. McConville is there and he'll take the mark for St Kilda. Well, the sting has certainly gone out of this game. The crowd, incidentally, 21,805 here in very good condition this afternoon.
An excellent crowd, Sandy. Bright. Oh, what a great game he's played. Can do no wrong out there. And that's not being critical of Coughlin, because Coughlin played a superb game in the centre in the first half. Couch swings the ball back towards half forward. Turner in the front position, just a little bit clear of Whitty. And so Michael Turner gets the lead from Ablett. Oh, almost held it, but not quite long enough. It's picked up by Ford. Ford's kick. Cunningham and Christensen, Marty Christensen that is, but neither player can beat the boundary. And so we're throwing to take place. Half forward flank for Geelong, with Geelong on 112 points. St Kilda 74 points. 13 and a half minutes into the final term at VFL Park.
Here's the throw in again. Ford, Christensen, a poor bounce, and it just sneaks over the line. Marty Christensen wearing 47. 13 and a half minutes played. Burns, handling like a basketball. It was scooped out the back and thrown to Bruns. He goes to the half-forward line looking for Turner, but Whitty beats him.
Still done a good job, Whitty, even though Turner kicked 4 goals.
Yep. Young left footer. There he goes with his kick to Cunningham. And Jolver can run the length of the square here. 2, 3 bounces. Neil giving chase. To half-forward, lock at the target. Couldn't take it on the half volley. And look how the Geelong defence are able to once again bring the ball out. Couch will be on the receiving end. He's at centre wing. Plenty of time to steady. Gives it across to his teammate there in Damien Christensen. To full forward, Turner couldn't take the mark. Waiting down is Morgan, always dangerous in front of goals. He snaps with the left foot and puts it through. Good goal by Darren Morgan. And Geelong once again move away. As Morgan kicks his 4th, the Cats move to 18-10, St Kilda 11-8 on the 7 Sports scoreboard.
The Geelong defence has really been superb, particularly since half-time, Sandy. They haven't let much through the gate at all. No matter where it's come, or where it's come from, the defence of Geelong have been excellent. Centre bounce. Ford and Mossop. The bounce goes towards Ford. Taps it wide. Hand pass coming out from Collins. Gamble puts a long kick forward. Tapped away by Reynoldsson. Cronin first on the scene. Gathers it well. Straightens up and goes goalward. He's offline. Lockett from behind. Yates has done an excellent job against Lockett. The immobility of Tony Lockett really telling, but that's taking nothing away from Mark Yates, because from the moment he was shifted on to Lockett, he's been an excellent player. Damien Christensen finds Couch. Couch taps it on. Views couldn't get the ball clear, and Couch lends good support to him. Puts it up towards the centre wing. McConville tapped the ball away. Gamble lends support. Tapped it wide, tapped on by Manning, kicked off the ground by Whitty, straight into the arms of Ford. His kick down towards half forward. Too far for Reynoldsson, but Darcy gets a favourable bounce. Swings it out towards the half-back flank. Racing after it, Scratcher Neal, but the boundary line comes up first before number 35. Robert Neal could get to the ball, and so the throw-in will take place midway between centre wing and half-forward flank for St Kilda. 74 to 118 in favour of Geelong. 16.5 minutes have gone as the free kick goes the way of Mossop. He gets it across to Bright. Bright in towards the centre. Punched away from Christensen by Cunningham. Morgan gets the hand pass in. Malarkey also. Boss now gets a favourable bounce. Up towards half forward. Turner's there. And no mark. It should have been a free kick though. It will be a free kick this time. And so Michael Turner, who has kicked 4 goals. It's 45 metres out from goal, so a little bit too far to score. He kicked from about 50 metres. Goes short. Bruns the lead, and Bruns it is who takes the mark. So Neville Bruns about 30 to 35 metres from goal. There's the angle. Still plenty of goal open to Neville Bruns. He hooks it and goes across the face of goal and through for 1 point. So Bruns with 1 goal 1 out of Geelong score of 18 goals 11. 119, St Kilda 11-8, 74.
Frawley to the members' flank, the mark taken by David Grant. Gets clear across half back, goes in towards centre wing. Bright, Cronin. Plenty of holding on, and Phil Cronin will be the recipient of the free kick.
I think Terry Bright said then he's going to get this and run away from me. He said run away from me, so I might as well give a free kick and bring him back.
Yeah, he's had a big day. It's Terry Bright. Been a low, looking to play on. Oh, he's put his teammate under pressure in Tony Evans. Gets it across to Cronin, short, and this time Lockett takes them. He's kicked 2 goals, and both of those were in the first term. St Kilda looking really good in the opening 10 or 15 minutes. Since that time, Mark Yates has certainly had the better. That right knee, obviously not allowing him the freedom he would like. But he swung that one back nicely and has goal, and so the Saints score their 12th. They trail now by 39 points, 18-11 to 12-8 on Seven's big lead. And we've played almost 19 minutes of this final term here at VFL Park.
It was a nice pass from Phil Cronin. Terry Bright comes back towards position in the background. Tony Lockett, as Sandy said, with the knee heavily bandaged. It's a centre bounce.
19.5 minutes played. The margin 39 points. Mossop a run, Ford virtually stands his ground. Morgan brings it out of the middle, and that's where they've been winning it. Christensen to the left half forward flank. Waiting down, however, is Narkle. Clearing for St Kilda, back towards David Grant. Plays on cleverly, goes up towards the right half forward flank. No mark is taken. Here's an opportunity for the Saints through Collins, though, as he picks it up and goes long towards full forward. Lockett and Yates. Tony Lockett lumbers after it now, picks it up, needs support. What can he do? As he tries to get the handball over the back to Collins. He fires away at goal and I think has put it through. So Collins posts St Kilda's 13-8, 86. Geelong 18-11, 119 for John Collins. That is goal number 1.
Collins did well there to come on down the ground, put the ball forward and lock it. Slow motion or not. Still doing an excellent job for St Kilda. And I'm not being critical when I say slow motion. Only suggesting that he's shown a great amount of courage to play with the way his knee obviously is.
Back in the middle once again, 20 and a half minutes played in this final term, and Geelong have certainly stamped their authority on this game. And St Kilda playing it out. It's a bad bounce for Alistair Ford. It's Christensen who takes Geelong down towards their right half forward flank. McConville under pressure, needs support. His hand pass, however, goes astray. Taken by Turner. Turner back to Marty Christensen. Marty Christensen's kick aimed at Brownless. Couldn't take it. Waiting down is Morgan. Here's the quick reply by Geelong. No, he has missed it. Gee, he was going into the open goal then, Darren Morgan. Looking for his 5th for the game, but just off target, 1 point only. So it's 18-12, plays 13-8 on the 7 Sports scoreboard.
Gamble playing on. Puts it wide. Collins takes the mark. Now John Collins, former Northerner, goes towards centre wing. Good effort to take the mark that time from Elphinston, but he couldn't come out with it. Narkle does come out with it. It's picked up now, the hand pass by Fashini. Fashini goes wide. Cronin tried to tap it on. Lending support to Cronin is Jeff Cunningham. Cunningham straightens up, puts the ball wide. Low coming out for St Kilda. A diving attempt, just cannot take the mark. Bad luck for low end St Kilda as Reynoldsson picks the ball up. Goes towards centre wing. Damien Christensen doing a fine job in this quarter. In fact, it's kick number 8 for the term. As Damien Christensen goes towards Michael Turner and he takes a nice mark. Well, Turner, he and Whitty have had a fine duel today. Turner has come out on top because he's kicked 4 goals, but Whitty's still done well. Turner towards half forward I should say. Free kick could go the way of Andrew Buse. It was an accident, but nonetheless, accident or not, when you run into a player's head, it is a free kick. So Andrew Buse, 45 metres out from goal. He'll be kicking from closer to the 50-metre mark. The kick from Buse, up towards the goal square. Ford up high. Gamble kicks the ball off the ground. Manning first on the scene for St Kilda. They get out of the danger zone as the kick goes towards centre wing. Evans couldn't take it on the second grab. Malarkey did, but it was no mark to Malarkey. He taps the ball wide. Robert Neal first on the scene. Well tackled, hand passes towards the boundary line. Over the boundary line it goes. So a throw in on centre wing, outer side of the ground. There's Robert Neal. Mossop, number 10 for Geelong, coming across. No ruckman there for St Kilda. But there's been a free kick to Mossop. The hand pass from Mossop came out to Neal. Across now to Reynoldsson. His kick, a long one towards half forward. Whitty, a nice mark. So David Whitty. Dummied the hand pass. Goes for the short pass now. And straight into the arms it goes to the opposition. It was meant for the player on the mark, and that is Robert Elphinston. But Marty Christensen came in to intercept. Christensen gives the hand pass across to Boss. Straight down the ground. Ablett in front. Comes off the hands. Ablett gives the hand pass towards Turner. Turns around. Puts it through for goal number 5. 5 goals to Michael Turner. 4 to Darren Morgan. 4 to Billy Brownless. 3 to Gary Ablett, who got that hand pass towards Michael Turner. And the scoreboard is Geelong 19 goals 11. 126. A 40-point margin over St Kilda. 13 goals 8. 86. Approaching time on in the final term on 7's big league. It's surely a win for Geelong as St Kilda trail by 40 points with time on to play. been no lack of endeavour by St Kilda, but since half-time the disposal has left a lot to be desired, and up forward have been taken apart by the Geelong defenders. Whitty comes across, takes it well, the hand pass, finds Gamble. Gamble from half-back, puts it over centre wing. No mark taken. Neil recovers. Elphinstone comes in, gets the hand pass towards Collins. Collins tackled from behind, and so his kick's offline. It wobbles out wide, picked up by Robert Neal. Neal goes short, finds Damien Christensen, who's had a picnic in this final term. His hand pass to Mark Boss. Stephen Hocking does likewise out to Darren Morgan. And if Christensen's had a picnic, I don't know what Morgan's had. Between the two of them, they've just dictated play. I think they've had a ball each out there. And so they're throwing in the forward pocket for Geelong. Probably about 4 or 5 minutes left to play. There's forward in front of Brownless. Gets it down to Whitty. Whitty's kick comes wide. Cunningham there, able to play on. Has the luxury of a bounce. Being told by the umpire it looked like how he stood, and the hand pass comes out to Collins. Collins straightens up, comes back onto the right foot, goes short and wide. Andrew Manning. Elphinstone, not a player within 55 metres. Elphinstone's got Lowe giving the lead, goes down. Lowe's trying to touch it, does touch it, but can't stop Yates from putting it over the boundary line. And so we'll find a throwing to take place. Forward pocket for St Kilda, with St Kilda trailing by 40 points. 86 to 126, 26 and a half minutes into the final term. Mossop against Lowe. Views. Long hand pass. Neil couldn't handle it cleanly the first time, but had plenty of time to recover. Puts the ball forward. Forward, not judging it well, but trapped it well. And now goes for the short pass. Cronin slipped. Bright picks it up. Thrown out by Bright, surely. Ball play on. Into the back it should have been for Geelong. And now we find Peter Budge going up towards Lockett and Yates. It's been a great duel between those two players. Yates getting a push in the back, but not before it was through for 1 point. Kicked by Peter Budge. 3 points to John Peter Budge. As Mark Yates will bring the ball back into play, and there was the board. 87 to 126. Cunningham up high, couldn't take the mark. Peter Budge gets a hand pass across to Cunningham, who goes goalwards, but it went straight through for 1 point. 1 point kicked by Jeff Cunningham. And Cunningham, as Yates brings the ball back into play. And a good looking kick. Neil couldn't quite get it cleared. It's picked up by Darcy. Darcy well tackled by Burns. The loose ball comes towards Morgan. Morgan and Manning. Morgan was held. Pulled play on with the advantage rule as Hocking gives the ball out to Neil. Neil now goes short. Turner couldn't take the mark, but recovers beautifully. Runs at good Turner speed. The umpire didn't look down where Crawley was hanging on to Ablett, and in the finish, no free kick to Ablett. It was a mark to Crawley. Crawley's hand pass to Narkle, who now comes back the other way. A bounce. Ablett in hot pursuit. The kick from Narkle out towards half-back, and a good mark taken there by Cunningham. Cunningham plays on immediately. Up towards centre wing. Burns takes the mark. He'll play on. He'll go on looking for Lowe. It's Lowe and Reynoldsson. Lowe couldn't take it on the half volley. Traps it well the second time. Tried to get the hand pass in towards Cronin. Wright's first there. Taps it over the boundary line deliberately. But as the siren sounds, the final score sees Geelong 9.